Assalamualaikum to Madam Hafizah. Me and the group choose the country of Venezuela. Before entering the presentation, I will introduce my name and the members of my group. My name is Nur Anis Nadia binti Badul Hisham. My group member is Nur HARLINA binti Samsudin, NURUL NAJIHAH binti Muhammad Fuad, Nur NAZATUL HUSNA binti Zahruddin, NURSYAZWINA SYAURA binti Rosman, and Nur Ain ALYA binti Abdullah. Hi, my name is Nur Nadia binti Baruisham. I will explain introduction about Venezuela country. Venezuela is under the inflation. Inflation means the situation in which price rise fast as the value or purchasing power of the country currency, the bolivar. Bolivar refer for the unit currency for Venezuela country. Next, Venezuela is under monetary policy. Monetary policy meaning maintaining stable financial and monetary circumstance is the job of monetary policy in the framework of the new economic program in order to achieve price and exchange rate stability. The Venezuela government has been depending more and more on national deficit financial in recent years. This involved the central bank's monopoly authority to generate new money and purchase government debt that has to be financed. Objective of the study is the main purpose to analyze inflation in Venezuela by examining its underlying causes, assessing its impact on various socio-economic groups, and evaluating the effectiveness of government policy and intervention aimed at mitigating its effect. Through a comprehensive analysis of historical data and current trends, we aim to provide a nuanced understanding of the factors driving inflation and propose potential solutions to stabilize the economy and improve the standard of living for Venezuela citizens.
Hi, my name is HARLINA binti Samsudin. So now I will present to you guys background of the country of Venezuela. So after a long fight, after years of fighting, Venezuela achieved a full independence in 1823. Since at 1999, Venezuelan changed their name to Bolivian, Republic of Venezuela. Based from World Bank data, the population of Venezuela is 28.3 million, and this data is taken on 2022. Their president, Nicolas Maduro, is taking this position as a president since 2013. The country is very rich with petroleum, and starting 1970s, the country world production is begin to decline. So now I will sharing with you guys the culture, the geography position of the Venezuela. The geographic position is near with equator in the north hemisphere. Does it mean that them are experience humid and hot and humid? And it's same with us in Malaysia. Is it which is Katulistiwa. So so their plants, they can plant whatever we also can, like corn, cocoa, vegetable, fruits, any paddy, same like Malaysia because we are sharing, experiencing same climax. So next is their official language. They are using fully Spanish language for culture. Firstly, arts. They're very famous with Jorobo, salsa, dancing, so on. And for dishes, for their popular dishes is halakas and pavilion creole. So that's all for background country of Venezuela. Thank you so much.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Nazatul binti Zahruddin. Now I will present to you about business activities in Venezuela. Venezuela is engaged in a variety of economic industries, including mining, oil, agriculture, livestock, and fisheries. All actions carried out in a community, area, or a nation with the dual goals of living well and providing the commodities and services required for their survival are considered economic activities. In Venezuela, they have three elements of first is element is primer, secundaire, and tertiary. For the first primer, for the primer activities is pursuit oil and mining. For a pursuit oil, Venezuela was regarded as the world's second greatest oil producer. Venezuela economy is nearly entirely reliant and on the extractions and the refining of oil, which is suitable for both internal consumption and exports. Accounting for 19% of total exports, nearly half of Venezuela area is settled is massive oil reserve of good quality and extraction facilities. So for the mining is Venezuela process substantial supplies of coal, iron, and aluminium in addition to gypsum and cement. To produce salt for human consumption, it also utilizes gold and salt. For example, iron industry Venezuela possesses some of the world's largest iron reserves, and Synergia del Orinoco Alfredo Minero CIDOR is the corporation in charge of extracting and refining iron. The first iron was discovered in the states of Bolivar in the highlands of Pau and Bolivar. Corporation Venezuela de Guyana (CVG) was established to supervise the minerals productions and processing in the late 1950s and early 1960s. The plant installed the capacity reached 4.8 million tons in 1975 and in 2002. It achieved a record export of 2.3 million tons. Thus, there was a labor dispute in April of 2008, which caused a decline in iron export and a lapse in Venezuela's economic growth. So, for the second element is cocoa cultivation. Cocoa cultivation is to produce and exported by the Venezuela economy in the 16th and 19th centuries was cocoa. In 1631, there was a significant amount of demand in addition to the export of over 2,000 sacks of cocoa, 100,000 kg of dried almonds. The demands for cocoa in Venezuela has increased over the year, and the price of cocoa has risen in tandem. As a result of the increase in cocoa exports and the scarcity of agriculture labor, cocoa export now account for 6% to 90% of total cocoa export in Venezuela. So for the last element is tourism industry. Tourism industry is used to be vital since Venezuela has so many different climates and scenery, especially the prevalence of fraud and theft resulting in an unregulated degree of security driving international tourists and the deteriorating economic condition by 61% of the high percentage offered by GDP. Furthermore, the natural environment and wealth of the lovely country remain intact despite the government's unorganized policies. Venezuela still can increase their country's economic rate. In summary, based on their fundamental, secondary, and tertiary factors, their business sectors serve as a means surviving in Venezuela, a nation known for having excessively high inflations. The business sector, in its means of boosting the nation's economic pace while listening the lot of citizens.
Hi, my name is NADIA binti Barisham. I will explain about inflation rate and annual change. Inflation rates have fluctuated significantly over the past 10 years due to Venezuela economy. In year 2014, inflation rate of 62.70% show fundamental issue and economic instability, a small decrease from the previous year, a negative annualization of 21.66%. In the following years, the situation was as inflation reached unprecedented level. In 2015, saw an increase in inflation to 121.74%, which is a sign of both the country's declining economy and the low purchasing power of its people. The economy is still struggling with a positive annualization of 59.57% and alarming 254.75% inflation rate in 2016. The situation was in 2017, with the inflation rate rising to 428.12% and resulting in economic instability and currency depreciation. Venezuela's economic difficulties are shown by a significant increase in inflation from the previous year, with a positive annualization of 483.70%. 2018 saw inflation jump to 63,374.08%, marking the beginning of a period of hyperinflation. The annual which decreased by 62,935.66%, show a significant rate of inflation and will have negative impact on the Venezuelan economy. 2019 saw more disruption to the economy, and despite effort to lower inflation, it remained at a record 906.02%, the Southern National Economic Recession with an annual change of 43,468.06%. Despite the ongoing difficulty not matching in the following years, in 2020, inflation decreased to 2,355.50%, showing a slight reduction from the crisis. However, the economy remained fragile as evident by the negative annual change of 17,550.87%. In the same week, the 2021 inflation decreased significantly compared to the previous year when it was still high at 1,588.51%. By 2022, inflation is still rising at 186.54%, although it has decreased significantly compared to the previous year, indicating that stabilization may be possible. Nevertheless, the fact that inflation increased to 357.56% in 2023 shows that the Venezuelan economy is still facing problems and is unstable.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is NURSYAZWINA bint Abdullah. So today we will discuss what the causes of inflation in Venezuela. Okay, so firstly is economic mismanagement. As you know, Venezuela is the world's largest oil reserve. The inflation in Venezuela actually started in 2013 when the government is headed by Nicolas Maduro declared the state of emergency. So it became worse with the administrations of Hugo Chavez when he started to use oil as a main income for government spending. As a country that has the largest reserve oil, more than 90% of country profit is come from oil, which resulting heavily reliant on oil export by 2014. The idea of putting oil as a main income may be a good idea at a certain period of time, which give country many profit. However, rely on oil income only without considering other factors could lead to financial crisis when the price of oil drop. So this is what happened in Venezuela. Other factor of inflation is high debt burden. The country suffered from debt since the Hugo Chavez regime in 1990s. So the debt burden started when they lose 100 billion between 1972 and 1997. So they also increased their debt by purchasing a filtering plant, which is Kitgo from US. Currency devaluations is also one of the reasons Venezuela face hyperinflation. In order to solve the issue, the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, comes with the idea of printing cash so that they can settle off the debt and lessen the inflation in country. Nicolas Maduro also planned on convert their currency, which is Bolivar, to dollar. As dollar currency is higher in value, they need to print more cash in order to fulfill the requirement. However, this backfired as the actions resulting the valuable currency value to drop, leading to useless currency. As valuable value decrease, the supply price increase and become expensive. This lead to frequent price change and increase in business costs, resulting severe shortage in food and medicine. Retail outlets are incapable to manage product purchase from supplier, driving to empty shelf, basic needs stock. Lastly is political instability and social unrest. Chavez and Maduro's socialist policies led to economic collapse. This resulting in authoritarianisms and electoral fraud causes protests and crackdowns. So that's all from me.
Next, monetary policy. The first one, BCV aims to manage inflation, stabilize the bolivar, and boost economic growth. The Central Bank of Venezuela wants to keep inflation in check, keep the bolivar stable, and boost economic growth. For example, BCV goals to stabilize the bolivar is very important for giving Venezuela and business back their buying power and confidence. The second one, Venezuela faces political instability, economic mismanagement, and hyperinflation. Official and cross-market exchange rates are often adjusted to combat black market currency trade. For example, there were many official exchange rates set by government, and it was difficult to get foreign currency. This led to a high activate black market for dollars where they're traded at significant higher prices. The last one, Bolivar devaluation has increased relation on the US dollar for daily transaction. People in Venezuela frequently see prices for goods and services written in dollar, and they often use dollar to make purchases because they view the bolivar as unstable and unreliable for trade.
Okay, I will explain about open market operation (OPO). So the definition is indispensable tools wielded by the central bank to steer the country's monetary policy and uphold financial stability. So the first point is more operations in Venezuela are not confined to short-term maneuvers. They encompass both short-term and long-term strategies. So this operation involves the buying and selling of government securities in the open market to influence the money supply and interest rate. By employing both short-term and long-term OMO strategies, the Central Bank of Venezuela can effectively manage liquidity conditions and implement monetary policy measures tailored to varying economic circumstances. So the second for OMO is the sequence of OMO extend beyond interest rate management, playing a pivotal role in sculpting Venezuela economic landscape. By influencing the money supply and liquidity condition, OMO directly affects borrowing costs, investment decision, and overall economic activity. Consequently, OMO plays a crucial role in steering Venezuela economic trajectory by influencing by macroeconomic variables and shaping market dynamics. So for the last, for OMO, with OMO are standing facilities such as the standing deposit facility and standing lending facility furnished with the support to financial institutions, mitigating liquidity imbalance and avoiding drastic fluctuation in interest rate. These facilities serve a safety net, helping to elevating liquidity imbalance, and prevent sharp swings in interest rate by offering banks avenues to either deposit excess funds or access additional liquidity when need. By providing this support, OMO contribute to maintaining stability in the financial system and fostering smoother monetary policy transmission.
Next, we go to statutory reserve requirement. The SRR is one of the most important tools that Venezuela's central bank uses to keep inflation in check and control the liquidity of the banking system. For example, in 2019, BCV raised the SRR to 100% to fight hyperinflation, making it harder for banks to lend money. This aimed to stabilize prices but worsened the recession and increased unemployment. Meanwhile, in 2021, BCV lowered the SRR to help economic recover by easing access to credit, balancing inflation's control with growth.
Is NURSYAZWINA SYAURA binti Rosman, and I will to explain about monetary policy, about statutory reserve requirement or SRR. So the definition is definition of SRR, statutory reserve requirements, fundamental components of the country's monetary policy framework, shaping the operation of licensed commercial bank LCBS and influencing the broader financial landscape. Okay. The first point to SRR, statutory reserve requirements, is SRR has been a pivotal tool utilized by the Central Bank of Venezuela to manage the money supply and regulate liquidity conditions in the financial system. So, by mandating the banks hold a certain portion of their deposit as reserve, the SRR directly influence the amount of money available for lending and spending, thus shaping overall economic activity. This mechanism is essential for the central bank to effectively implement monetary policy and maintain macroeconomic stability. So the second SRR is this transition reflects broader efforts to enhance the market orientation of monetary policy and minimize the implicit costs borne by LCBS associated with maintaining reserve requirements. This transition towards minimizing reliance on reserve requirements signal a shift towards a more market-oriented approach to monetary policy in Venezuela. By reducing the emphasis on reserve requirements, the central bank aims to reduce the implicit costs borne by local commercial banks LCBS associated with maintaining this reserve. This strategy move aligns with broader efforts to improve the efficiency and effectiveness of monetary policy while promoting a more market-driven financial system. Okay, the third of SRR, statutory reserve requirement, is despite the reduced emphasis on SRR as a regular monetary management measure, it continues to play a role in addressing persistent liquidity issue in Venezuela market. Alright, so despite the diminished focus on the statutory reserve requirement (SRR) in day-to-day monetary management, it remains relevant in tackling ongoing liquidity challenges within the Venezuelan market. While other tools may take procedure, such as interest rate adjustment or open market operation (OMO), the SRR still serves a vital mechanism for managing liquidity fluctuation. Its continued role underscores its importance as a tool for maintaining stability and addressing liquidity issues in the financial system. So lastly, for the SRR, statutory reserve requirement remains a significant component of Venezuela's monetary policy framework, albeit with a diminishing emphasis on its role as a primary policy tool. The stationary reserve requirement (SRR) returns it is significant with Venezuela military policy framework, despite a gradual reduction in its prominence as the primary policy tool, while other measures may take a precedent in day-to-day monetary management. The SRR still holds importance as a foundational element of the country's monetary policy. Its continued preserve underscores its role in ensuring financial stability and regulating liquidity conditions within the economy.
Next, we go to interest rate. Interest rates are used by Venezuela's central bank to run the economy. By changing rates, BCP affect how much people borrow, spend, and invest. When inflation is high, BCV raises rates to get people to spend less. When the economy is bad, it's a lower rates to get people to spend more. For example, BCV lowered rates in 2021 to help the economy to get back on its feet. BCV also controls the money supply and keeps the economy stable with tools such as open market operation and reserve requirements.
Hi, my name is HARLINA binti Samsudin. So I will present to you the last part in this slide. It is conclusion and recommendation. So for conclusion, after conducting the research of this project, we are able to determine that Venezuela has the one of highest rates of inflation in the world, and that is an inflation problem that's reached unparalleled level. The cost of product and service has increased due to hyperinflation, making it harder and harder for regular people to afford necessities. This is because of the variety of factors that have contributed to Venezuela inflationary issue, including the government executive money creation and reducing productive capacity brought on by poor management and a lack of investment and a significant reliance on an import of for necessities. Furthermore, the country economy has been further hampered by economic sanction imposed by foreign government, which has a limited it is able to successfully manage inflation. So for the last slide is a recommendation how to overcome inflation in Venezuela. So firstly is tightening the money supply. To curb this issue, the Central Bank of Venezuela should implement strict monetary policy to control the money supply. This can be achieved by reducing the issues of new currency to encourage to discourage excessive borrowing and spending. Secondly is encourage investment. Them need to attract both domestic and foreign investment is to crucial for revitalizing Venezuela economy. To do this, the government must create a stable and transparent business environment. The third one is increasing productivity. Improve productivity is external for economy recovery. This can be achieved through investing in education and training programs to enhance the skill of the workforce, modernizing infrastructure such as transportation and communication network this will also can boost productivity by making it easier for businesses to operate efficiently. The last one is diversifying economic activities. Venezuela heavily relies on oil export has made its economy vulnerable to fluctuation in global oil price. Diversifying economic activities is crucial for creating a more resilient economy. The government should promote the development of other sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, manufacturing, and tourism, encouraging small and medium-sized enterprise, or in short form is SMES, and supporting entrepreneurial initiatives can also foster economic diversification, providing access to financial and technical support for this sector will be vital in achieving this goal. So that's all of the for this slide. So thank you for listening and your time for watching this our presentation. That's all from me. Thank you so much.